You're listening to WXOJ-LP 103.3 FM Northampton, Valley Free Radio. You are in for 1 hour of hardcore on Screaming for Change.
Can't you see what you're doing to
What's up, everybody? John here, Screaming for Change, screamingforchangeradio.com. I am here with Michael. Say hi, Michael.
Hello.
And we're continuing my thematic series of episodes. I guess we're calling it Starter Pack Hardcore or what is it? What's gonna hook a youngster into hardcore from not being a hardcore kid to being a hardcore kid? I don't know why I can't make that simpler to say. Do you have a
Uh,
better idea, Michael, for like the overarching episode theme or whatever?
I mean, starter pack or a gateway drug would be, I think, the two terms people would latch onto. Like, what gets you, what opens the door for you into hardcore, and then like, what is the smoothest path, the highway into the into the weird stuff? Because obviously, you like a lot of people think you start at a certain point. You don't necessarily start off with noise, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. So Michael's here to help me out. He made the entire playlist today. And if you've been listening to all the episodes, Michael was in Relics and Sobriety High and Garbage Time and Gift Horse. And you did the Straight Edge episode
Yep.
and you did the bands John doesn't like maybe episode.
Yep. The
Did you
best
do
episode
another
so far.
episode too, or is that it?
That's it, I think.
Okay.
I
So
can't remember either.
So I appreciate your picks. Sometimes Michael and I don't always see eye to eye when it comes to music, but we started with Congratulations, Smack and Katie from Reggie and the Full Effect off of their album Under the Tray, which hilariously, if you bought on CD, when you opened it, the CD wasn't there because it was underneath where the CD is supposed to be, which makes sense for Reggie and the Full Effect. And then we had Coalesce with Cowards.com off of the 12-Second Revolution in Just Listening. So, Michael, why did you pick these two songs that I like both of these songs, but what's the connection here? Why did you pick them?
So, my theme is actually going to be based in people who are in non-hardcore bands that are also in hardcore bands. Because sometimes I think the gateway into hardcore could be by listening to bands that are like adjacent to hardcore. So with Reggie and the Full Effect, James Deweese, who also was in the Get Up Kids for a long time, he played drums in Coalesce. And so with Coalesce and the Get Up Kids too, you have a non-hardcore and a hardcore band. They even put out a split. And like back in the day, there was a lot of bands that were hardcore and non-hardcore would do, split 7 inches together, or they'd be playing shows together. Like Braid and the Get Up Kids often played with hardcore bands. So my thought process was give you a song by a band that has a member or members that also are in a hardcore band. So I'll give you first the non-hardcore band song with those members, and then the song that's the hardcore band with those member or members. That
Okay.
way you get a taste of something that's adjacent, might be more palatable, and then give you the hardcore that goes with it.
Yeah. I don't know if well, I know you didn't read it because it's a book, but the singer, why can't I think of his name right now? The singer of the Get Up Kids.
Matt Pryor.
Matt Pryor has a book that's like a memoir about the Get Up Kids and his musical life and having diabetes. And it was pretty fun. It was a good read. Kansas City, Missouri.
hmm I would consider listening to that on audio, but you know me and books. No, thank
Yeah, I
you.
don't know. I wonder if there's an audiobook. Shout out to Jenna Daly. She also was into that book, and obviously Reggie and the Full Effect. All right, so it looks like you have a relatively new alt rock hardcore adjacent band coming up next. So what's that track? And then we can dive right into it.
So we have Fleshwater with the Razor's Apple. And then after that, the hardcore song that'll go with it is Vane, who's basically like the same members. It's almost like the entire same band. At one point, like the bassist in Vane was not in Fleshwater, but now he's in it. So it's basically the entire same band, but then they have a female singer and guitar player in Fleshwater. So it's after that's Vane with Virus of Vibrance.
Do they play different instruments in the other band or no? Or are they all playing the same instruments?
They swap around a little bit. The drummer of Fleshwater and Vane was the same guy, although at one point he had some sort of like catastrophic wrist injury. I'm not
Oh
even sure if
God.
he's playing. I don't think he's not in Fleshwater anymore. I'm not even sure if Vane's doing stuff, but the bassist of Fleshwater plays guitar in Vane. The guitarist of Vane plays bass in Fleshwater. The singer of Vane plays guitar and sings in Fleshwater. So it's a little bit of a mix and match on that one.
All right, cool. Let's check it out.
Here's Fleshwater.
What's going on right now? Is the sound of hell? 6 feet, dig it out, blame it on yourself again. Reach and let it out, we can shut it down. These are the symptoms of you. Making me sick of the truth.
Screaming for change, new metal for the masses. Michael just played Vane. I've listened to that record a lot. I have not listened to it in potentially years at this point. Way more new metal than I remember it being. In my mind, I was like, oh yeah, this is like a band that's like kind of like Converge, sort of. But now I think you're right. It's like for people, for fans of Mudvayne or something.
I don't know about Mudvayne, although I don't know much about
I
Mudvayne.
don't actually know
I
what
def
Mudvayne sounds like, but maybe Slipknot.
Slipknot for sure, yes.
So are those the kids we're trying to get into the scene? The kids who are, well, I was gonna say wear baggy pants, but everybody wears baggy pants now.
Everyone wears baggy pants. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. There's plenty of kids like when I worked at a school, there was kids that were kind of on that cusp and seems like they like new metal and could be the gateway. I mean, Hatebreed was like, I feel one of those bands. Like we view Hatebreed as a hardcore band, but then Hatebreed started playing like Ozfest all the time, and they got a little bit more of a metal tone to them. And I feel like although the people that they're bringing to the scene was more so like I often think the people at Ozfest that love Hatebreed are like former military people, but it still can be a gateway for some people, similar same way that I feel like My Chemical Romance can be a gateway for like the norms too.
Yeah, I was having a chat at Hughie's at the Nook in Westfield. If you're looking for some oysters and cocktails, go check it out if you want to. The I was hanging out with Andrew McCarthy, and he was talking about I don't know why we're talking about Hatebreed because Hatebreed rules probably. But
Probably.
he's a few years younger, and he just has a completely different, like, to his mind, Hatebreed is just like jock music, and isn't there's like nothing hardcore or punk about it. It's just like stuff that like people who he doesn't like enjoys. And I was like, that's fascinating, but I think it's just a generational thing.
Absolutely, yeah. He probably sees it as like the Ozfest band as opposed to like, Satisfaction time frame in like 97 where they were just playing hardcore shows in New
Yeah.
England.
All
So,
right. So, like Timmy, who's
just
Michael's
like
been in
Timmy.
like every band that Timmy's been in.
hmm
Michael's gonna do a thing here that I have not done on this show, which he's going to play. He's going to play a band that we were both in together, and then a band where Michael and Timmy were in together, and Phil.
hmm
So three of the common members here. So we're gonna play a few songs here, but we'll talk about it after. So this is Inspired Youth off of the Gift Horse EP, Into Sobriety High off of the Sobriety High tape, with the song Deadly Force.
Frustration doesn't get to explain the way you feel. Sit around and listen to your negativity. So tired of hearing the same thing I've heard 1,000 times before. The old cliches, better days, are driving me insane. Widespread expression of discouragement. Reach up and censor can finally see it's all you can see from my golden and it's fucking fine by me.
All right, Screaming for Change, screamingforchangeradio.com. You just heard Every Hour Wounds, the last one kills by the band Achilles off of The Dark Horse. Before that, you heard Polar Bear Club with Light of Local Eyes off of Chasing Hamburg. Before that, you heard Sobriety High with Deadly Force off of Sobriety High. And we started that block off with Gift Horse with the song Inspired Youth off of the Gift Horse EP. So, Michael, where do you want to start here? These are your picks.
I'll start with Achilles and Polar Bear Club has only they have one member basically that shares over. It's Achilles drummer is Polar Bear Club's guitar player. And I just thought, it's Achilles also a good variety wise for some of the other hardcore play that I've played. It's a little different. And then with our bands, well, one, with Gift Horse with our band, and then Sobriety High is Gift Horse minus John plus a couple people. It's, just a pop punk band and then a hardcore band. And that's about it.
Achilles, like you said, while we were listening there, the classic Therian Swiftcore, as our friends call it. Shout out Matt Swift and Therian Dolby and Newbury Comics, and riding bikes in New York City and whatever. I really like Achilles. They were never a band that I was like, oh, so excited about, but like I never listened to or saw Achilles live and was like, this isn't fun. Like it was always like, they were right in that pocket of like, I don't know, I would put like Relics and Wasteland and stuff into that same sort of general sound that they had. I definitely was more of a How We Are guy though,
Sure.
than
Another Rory
Achilles.
hardcore band. Yeah.
And then Polar Bear Club, I know they had a record on Bridge 9, at least one. I never got super into them, but that sounded good. I really liked the vocal. Those other two releases both were mine. They both came out on Galambus Records, which
Oh,
was a
yeah.
label that I put together just to put out my own band's releases, to do some DIY, screen printing and,
Which,
making my own thing.
how does it make you feel to finally have Gift Horse debut on here? And you haven't played Helping Hand on here yet either, right?
No, I wouldn't play my own band by choice, but
Oh my God, you're
um
the anti Timmy and Michael.
I
We're
will, yeah, you
just
guys are embarrassing. I mean, I'll say this. I really enjoyed doing that band. I feel good about the lyrics that I wrote. Um, as an educator now in my 19th year, that song was about teachers who are terrible at their jobs, which I wrote in 2008 or whatever, which is kind of funny. I back those lyrics still.
absolutely.
Um,
I feel like it's gotten even worse, but I mean, we don't need to get into the state of education right now.
I was really happy to put out the Sobriety High tape. I thought that band was really good, and I enjoyed seeing you guys live. Um, I don't know if anybody's getting into hardcore listening to Sobriety High or Gift Horse, but you gotta uh swing when you can swing, I guess.
You'd have to be a very specific kind of breed to get into hardcore from Sobriety High, especially since we only played 7 shows. But, if you're maybe a fan of Somos, Phil and Mike's other band, then maybe it'll ever see, that Phil and Mike were also um, in Sobriety High with Timmy and I, but, who
See,
knows?
that's where you messed up playing Gift Horse instead of Somos. Rest in peace, Phil. Okay, let's keep it moving. I don't even know. I've never even heard of this next band that you chose. So we'll go. Should we do another? No, we'll do two, and then we'll do the next four together. So what's this band all about?
This is Adventures, and the song's called Dream Blue Haze, and it'll be followed by Code Orange with the song I Am King, which again, similar to Vane and Fleshwater, it's almost the same band. They don't switch up instruments, but it's like Adventures was all of Code Orange minus one of the guitar players in Code Orange, and then they added a keyboardist that also did vocals, and then That's about it. So it's basically almost the same bands back to back, member wise.
All right, I've never heard this, so let's check it out. Thank you for listening to Screaming for Change Radio on Valley Free Radio. You just heard I Am King from Code Orange and Dream Blue Haze from Adventures. I Am King the one that had all like the crazy website and stuff? It was like kind of pre-social media.
Oh, could have. I don't actually remember that, but that would make sense. I feel
I
like there was
remember
a
they had a
they had a real
crazy
vibe about them.
cryptic website and stuff. I loved this record when it came out. I this one and whatever one came out right before or after it, definitely I vibed with. It was right in the pocket of the sound that I really enjoyed as a teenager.
Mhm.
Just that sort of metalcore, moshy, super heavy uh, awesomeness. And that band before that totally threw me for a loop because that couldn't have sounded different other than like maybe having the same instruments.
Yeah, basically, right.
All right, cool. So we'll keep it rolling. We're gonna jump into, we'll just say what the next song is. So this is gonna be Fiddlehead with Sullen Boy. Um, Fiddlehead, not a band that I particularly have enjoyed. There's a few songs that I'll listen to here and there. Uh, I, they're a very soft band that people stage dive and mosh to, which is kind of funny.
It is
Uh,
strange.
but you really like this band, right?
I like it. It's not like a band that I go crazy about, but I like Fiddlehead, and I mean I wouldn't describe them as soft necessarily, but I feel like people who stage dive Fiddlehead are the same ones that would stage dive to Title Fight, which is a band that I enjoy as well, but like neither of them have me necessarily stage diving.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay, so and then obviously after Fiddlehead, we're for sure playing Have Heart, which is a band I really like that I always kind of forget what they sound like, and they don't sound like what they sound in my mind in reality. Um, I think Have Heart is closer to like Wasteland than it is to Gorilla Biscuits. I feel like I don't know, do you think that like Have Heart kind of gets thrown into like Youth Crew as like they're
Yes.
like
I
more
think
of an
they've
amazing core band.
Yeah, we talked about this some on the oh, I forgot which, it might have been it was the Straight Edge episode, I
Yeah.
think. And yeah, they definitely get thrown in. I mean, granted, Pat, who the two people that are the same in both bands is Pat and Sean from Have Harder and Fiddlehead, along with the guitarist of Basements and Fiddlehead. But
Mhm.
Pat always would wear Youth Crew shirts and likes Youth Crew.
That's all
I
you
feel like
need.
that always like, yeah, and I feel like
That's all
that,
you need to be a
that
youth crew band. A Youth of Today long sleeve could be
basically,
playing,
yeah,
could be Radiohead, and if you have a youth crew, Youth of Today long sleeve or a bold T-shirt on, you're a youth crew band.
your Youth Crew band, yep, Radiohead, next Youth Crew band.
All right. So again, this is Sullen Boy by the band Fiddlehead.
was a kind-hearted man in a hateful world, and he got everything that I've ever heard. Like the only fucking man, he always stood so tall. Rest what it means to be unbreakable. Paycheck to paycheck, the job to day. He's the reservoir, his family paid. In the coldest world, where the war is hard, he puts to say what you consider hard. He's the man you don't see in the mirror. While the world was screaming dead, he chose a different side to hear. He's the man that's playing what the ship sings. Start your home, he forever sings. He set the sun to shine. So teach me, can you please teach the sun to shine? How can this world never break? For my individual fucking place. You don't like the river, it keeps on flowing and growing, never change your real reason. How can this world never take so thick in these turbulent times? You don't like the tree, the burning balls that never was burnt down. And what he said to me was this: just love the world, it won't love you back. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm nothing like you out. Take a look at my life. So very fucking foul. I'm the person I aspire to be. The person I aspire to be. The person I aspire to be. Oh, unbreakable. 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 It's time you open your eyes and wake up to the morning. So take hold of your name. It's like you never be the same without you ruining my life. That's what just seems to be the best that being drowned. There's more than I can say for everyone else. I can't sleep, 'cause it's only 4 in the morning. I think I ran out of dreams. It's like you never be the same without you ruining my life. That's what just seems to be the best at being drowned. It's more than I can say for everyone else. How can you say that you love me when the world around you is changing? How can you say that you love me when it's only your love is dirty, ruining my life? That's what just seems to be the best at ruining my life. That's what just seems to be the best at. That's why I'll let go. They cleanse the wall with its own mind. They cleanse the wall in these hands when I let go. These hands would cleanse your soul. Well, the loss and the greed of this. Wow. And they call me a fool. Yes, they do so well. That's all. I know that note for so long it's been it all. Yeah, I won. Lay down my life. Lay down my life. To make the new generation. Alright. You know you can get my ass before I be done seen. There's no good time to this white power scene. Get me down for standing up. You're so hook up, you people not enough. Shit, you look like you do know. You're not welcome here. You don't like music, and we don't like beer. I guess it's your right. You found that you're white. Are you here for music, or just a big fight? Don't fool yourself, cause you don't fool me. It's not just blacks you hate. It's everything you say, bitch boy, young enough, whoever's in your way. What a boring life, hiding every day. You got nothing but hatred.
Screaming for Change, screamingforchangeradio.com. You got John, you got Michael, you got hardcore. Doesn't get much more hardcore than this. You just heard Degradation by the Gorilla Biscuits off of Start Today. Before that, you heard the band Quicksand with the song Slip. Before that, you heard Shai Hulud with a profound hatred of man off of Hearts Once Nourished with Hope and Compassion. Before that, 2 weeks in a row, man, you heard Newfound Glory with Black and Blue off of Newfound Glory. Before that, you heard Have Heart with The Unbreakable off of The Things We Carry. And before that, you heard Fiddlehead with Sullen Boy. So that was a big block of tunes. Gorilla Biscuits, Quicksand. What's our connection here, Michael? So Gorilla Biscuits, melodic youth crew band, Quicksand, kind of alt rock outfit.
Yeah. And you
What do we
have
got?
Walter, who's the common theme amongst, and like, I mean, who has been in a plethora of hardcore and non-hardcore bands since he's also done like Rival Schools. He was in Project X. So, just if there's a person's
Youth of
path you want
Today.
to look into Youth of Today. Yep. If there's a
Yeah.
person path that you want to check out non-hardcore and hardcore bands, then he's the one to
World's
follow
Fastest
probably.
Car. What's
Yep.
the Walking Orchestra? Is that the other one? Yeah, Walter Schreifels. Awesome. Also, he has a podcast, and I feel like every time he's on a podcast, it's like the greatest thing. That dude rules. I got to see Gorilla Biscuits up at the Stone Church in Vermont like last year or something. Yeah, it was magical. Yeah, Quicksand is really cool. Therian introduced me to Quicksand.
Aaron
I
introduced me to Quicksand too.
I didn't hear Quicksand until I was like 22 years old or something. And I was like, oh, this is like a radio alt rock band. This is weird. And then I learned all the connections and stuff. And I was like, oh,
Same.
okay.
I was like 21 maybe or something, and Therian introduced me. And honestly, my first thought was, and it's not actually, but I was like, this dude has almost like Maynard James Keenan style of like delivery in his vocals, which is not accurate, but it was like I was shocked to hear it because it's not what I expected.
Hmm.
And I was like, but I really like this. And so, but yeah, he introduced me to Quicksand as well.
Yeah, I even the latest Quicksand stuff I really like too.
Mhm.
Shai Hulud, one of a very long running hardcore band, with one of the hits there, A Profound Hatred of Man. Chad Gilbert is the link there, for Newfound Glory. He has an MTV Cribs episode where he shows off his hardcore record collection, which is like a good bit of like hardcore in the non-hardcore sphere,
Yeah.
which is very
Yep.
fun. He
Yep.
also played but isn't credited on the Hazen Street record, which,
That's
again,
true.
two
Yeah.
weeks in a row I'm mentioning Hazen Street. I don't know if we said that on air, but Timmy was giving me a hard time about liking Hazen Street.
I don't think you did, and because I would have backed him, I also would have given you a hard time
Oh my
about that.
gosh, it's so good. Um, and then we talked
Yep.
enough about Have Heart and Fiddlehead.
Yep.
Do you have anything to say on any of these bands, or what your reasoning was for picking any of this stuff other
No, not
than the
really.
link?
The link, and again, non-hardcore, hardcore. But I was also going to say, Chad, I believe, also dated someone who was also on MTV for another non-core thing too. She was on The Real World. I can't remember, but either way, she appears in one of the Newfound Glory music videos.
Oh,
So Yep,
Interesting.
just more non-core connections.
From here, we're gonna go into a band that I don't really like, that Michael always tries to get me to like, and then another band that I think is just fine. So this is Angel Da $T, with Big One off of a record called AD, which I'm
Hmm.
imagining stands for Anno Domini in the year of our Lord, or maybe just Angel Da $T. And then from there, it's gonna go into Trapped Under Ice with Outcasts off of Big Kiss Goodnight. Um, do you want to talk about this before we play them, Michael?
Not really. It's the same thing. Connection is Justice, who's the singer, and some of the dudes in Turnstile also played in Angel Dust, and the drummer of Trapped Under Ice is the singer of Turnstile. So there's a lot of like Baltimore area connections of stuff, which I know Timmy also kind of mentioned some of that in his episode. So
The regional Justice Center 7 inch, that's RJC with Justice singing,
mhm.
a great 7 inch. I think that's my favorite thing that he's done.
They've done, he's done something for everyone then, right?
Yeah, maybe. All right, this is Angel Dust.
This one is a big one, so I love you like no one else could ever love you. Let me be your big one too. Let me be your big one too. Don't wanna be the lonely one. Let me be your lonely one. Let me be your big, let me be your big.
Screaming for Change Radio, screamingforchangeradio.com. We are almost at the end. We only have two more songs. Michael, can you believe it? Are we having so much fun?
A blast.
So much fun. I think anything that I've had to say about Angel Dust or Trapped Under Ice, I've said.
Mhm.
So I got nothing. What I don't know if you have some things about how much you love this band or Baltimore or acoustic banjos or whatever.
Nope. I got nothing to add. I've said it in some of the episodes too, so I'll leave it at that. Good
Okay.
stuff.
So this is the third or fourth episode where I'm trying to pull together uh, sort of the gateway drugs into hardcore. Michael, thank you for hanging out with me. It's good to get some different perspectives. Certainly, you picked some things that I wouldn't pick, and also you had a unique sort of take in finding like overlaps of bands that were hardcore and bands that were not hardcore that shared members. I think even if we weren't doing this as a theme, that would have been a fun episode. So good job choosing something unique.
Well, thanks for having me, and I appreciate that. When you were given you give the task to Timmy and I, and along with others, I wanted to do something fun and a little different, so that's what I came up with. So thank you.
Yeah, and we're closing with an interesting block, I think, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure I don't like the first band that you're playing, so nothing. I think the dude from Jesus Piece plays bass in this band, the guy who sings in Jesus Piece, right?
I think he did. Yeah, I'm not sure. They're a band that I think has changed members a few times. I believe he did play bass though for
So
them.
that's all I knew about them. I really like Jesus Piece a lot. I played them in the episode last week. Um, but this band I think was like kind of airy and like ethereal or whatever. It just was not my type of thing. So this is the song Fever Queen off of Tired of Tomorrow. And then from there we have Mother of Mercy with Symptoms of Existence, which is the title track on it looks like maybe their fourth release. Was this a Doug band? I feel like I mix up this band
No,
and another band.
no, this band, I actually, the funny part is my like outro is almost going to be that like sometimes it's cool just to like kind of take a deep dive on bands that you like and people that were in them, and you might discover stuff of bands. I already liked both Nothing and Mother of Mercy, but I didn't realize that they even had any overlapping members at all. I was just looking around as I was researching stuff and realized that they shared a drummer. I'm not sure if he's in either band anymore. Mother of Mercy doesn't exist anymore. They broke up and some of them went to be on Malice at the Palace and maybe other bands, but
Oh
it's
yeah, they
just,
had a split with Malice the Palace has a split with Incendiary or Zabalba or something.
maybe it was Zabalba. Zabalba also has a split with Incendiary, so it gets confusing at that point, but
Yeah, I listened to it the other day. It's awesome.
it is.
I feel like Doug was in it's not Mother of Mercy. Shout out Doug Cho. If you want to get into hardcore, just look up Doug Cho on Discogs and just listen to every band that he's ever been in.
There's been a ton
Um,
of good hardcore bands.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna remember as soon as the episode's over what band I'm mixing up with Mother of Mercy. I don't remember if I like this band. They're like really, are they really heavy? Are they really like
They're
tough?
heavy. I wouldn't say tough, but they're like heavy, almost got a little metalcore feel to them at times, but
Oh,
I think you'll like it.
yeah, maybe I like it. Um, so Michael, I don't know if you know this, but this is my second to last episode of my first year of doing Screaming for Change, or episode number 51.
Hell yeah. I did not
Yeah.
know, although I have listened to all of them, so I guess I should have known that it's been almost a year.
Well, I appreciate you for listening. I appreciate you for being guest host a few times. And for everybody out there, if you want to listen to any of the first 50 some odd episodes, you can find them all on my website, screamingforchangeradio.com. The most recent ones are on Mixcloud, where they're kind of easy to listen to if you have the app. The older ones, I just have like a drive shared with MP3s of it that you can download and play off your iPod.
I
Um,
love downloading MP3s.
I
That's
know
still how I consume music. I'm a weirdo.
I know you do. It's great. So we're gonna close out. Thanks again for spending another night with me on Screaming for Change. And once again, this is Nothing with Fever Queen into Mother of Mercy with Symptoms of Existence.